All right, good morning, everybody. Another episode of What Do We Do at the Office. Today, we're going to talk about tools we use inside the office so that you guys can use them more effectively. So one of the things we do is in Adobe, we use Adobe Acrobat DC. It's called Pro DC. We use Pro DC because it's got some features we like to use that help us along the way. So on the right-hand side here, you see some tools, right? We use fill and sign a little bit, comments mostly, and then I use certificates to do digital signing and sealing. That's just the engineer only though. That's what you see down here, right? Mostly we're going to use the comment feature. So I use that to redline things. You can do the same in the future. Comments right here. Toolbar comes up. We mostly use this notation device right here, which allows me to type in here, and then I usually sign it with my initials, right? You'll see it's formatted, pre-formatted appropriately to the size of the page or sheet that it comes with, right? So that's the comment box. There's, rectangles, there's circles, polylines, basically arrows, all kinds of fun stuff. The arrow feature, if you want to point at something, goes from the tail first to the arrow. Excuse me. If you want to use regular text, you can go right here to the T and just type what you want. We're in a Wingdings font. That's not super helpful. So we come back to, I like to use Calibri, I guess it is, light, yeah. For the most part. You can also format most of these things in a way by right-clicking, going to properties. Properties come up. Some of the things we're doing is like the thickness of the border around it. You can change, to be thicker. Not necessary in most cases. General, nothing, appearance. You can also lock it so no one can mess with it when you're done. And you can make the properties default. But again, you can, if we want to do different colors, for example, we can do different colors, right? Then we can lock that in if we wanted to. But we're not. I usually just use red because red means redlining, which makes sense for most cases anyways. What else in here? Also, so the fill and sign one right here. I usually hit close on this, so it's going away. Fill and sign. I like this a little bit because I can't do it in this file. No big deal. Let's go somewhere else. This was signed and sealed, so it didn't want me to do that. So I can go here instead, fill and sign, and here you go. So I use this in Word documents to sign, myself. That's an unofficial signature. That's a signature, but not for official documents, not for digitally signed sealed documents, just when I sign a letter and not print it out and scan it, etc. So that's not a legal signature. That's just a signature. I do like to use this as well because I can place a little X somewhere. I guess if I don't like an X, I can place a check mark. If I'm checking things, I can just kind of keep that on and be like, boom, check that. And that way it's kind of like highlighting in a way. It's like I've already checked it. So that's my format of just following things. I don't use it that often, but it's a good little tool. So that's Adobe. Again, you can save these changes, get out. For the most part, I like doing the red lines like this for the CAD folks because it stays there. Then I can check it all electronically, minimize printing things out. Sometimes I print things out because I need to see it. But sometimes I do the red lines here in the PDFs as well. So you can ask me in the future when is appropriate to print versus not. All right, so that's it for that. So we'll get out of this. Next thing I'm going to talk to you about is Windows Snip. So this is an excellent tool for a lot of reasons. I'm going to go to a web browser for now, just to show you anything, right? So we're going to Google Simpson H10 connector, for example. So if someone calls, says, hey, I need to know what this is, but you don't need to go to the website and like spend time trying to find the actual page for everything about it. Then you can hit this little button at the lower left-hand corner here where it's got the scissors. If you don't have it already installed on your Windows 10 computer, you typically can install it by downloading it from Windows, I guess. It's called Snip and Sketch, right? So Snip and Sketch. So it comes up like this. Then you can go to New. And then basically what it does is allows you to snip your screen wherever you want. So you take this little cursor and like, boom, here, you can go buy these things and tell the person you can go buy them from Lowe's. Once the Snip and Sketch comes up, it allows you to, use like a little pen function, highlighter or whatever. So, I'm gonna highlight that, then I'm gonna copy it and I can paste it in. Now it goes to the clipboard. So I can paste it into an email, a Word document, or anywhere else, a PDF, whatever. I can just paste it anywhere the clipboard is allowed to paste. So great little tool, Snip and Sketch, Snip and Sketch. I also paste in the emails a lot. So I don't have to save a JPEG, export a PDF, whatever the case. I just snip it using the Windows Snip tool, okay? All right, last thing I'm gonna talk about this morning is pictures, okay? So from time to time, we get pictures that come in, right? And pictures on our iPhones or whatever downloaded are typically 4 to 5 megabytes. Which is, 4,000 to 5,000 kilobytes, which is fairly large and not necessary to have that higher resolution sometimes. So when you come back from a site visit, you're going to save your pictures to the server, just like someone did here. We're going to, number them sequentially, pretty simply, by the way, by just hitting, selecting all, hitting F2. Right, and let's say I want to call this MMB products instead, right? Then space and then enter, and it'll number them for you. So that's one way to do that, right? Then I come into here. I use specifically the old Microsoft Office 2010 Windows Picture Manager. Right, Windows 10. This software, if you don't have it on your computer, is Windows 10 compatible, but you do need to go and find it online. Microsoft Picture Manager. It's a great software. Helps do what I'm about to show you right now. So basically allows you to group pictures, right? And instead of having to go into Paint or any other software and change the resolution or size, one by one, it allows you to grab them all like that by highlighting them all. Go to Edit Pictures, go to Resize, and the original size coming from your iPhone would have been much bigger, of course, higher resolution than we need on the screen or in letters or in anything else. So what we do is we just click right here to typically document large. That way, I keep it at a high enough resolution to be seen without any pixelization in a document, in a Word document, but I reduced the file size significantly. So this one's already been reduced, so I'm not going to do it, but you would click right here, click OK, and then it would change them all, but it didn't save it yet. So then you got to hit save and then exit out. And that does a couple of things. Again, it makes it, number one, so our computers are faster. So it's easier to move these things in and out of emails because email limits are normally 20 to 25 megabytes per, depending on the service you have. And it also, like I said, just makes it faster dealing with them for whatever reason. Then if we are going to input these into a report, Word document or anything like that, they're small enough to not increase the file size substantially. So all good stuff. So Picture Manager, using Adobe, using Windows Snip, all things that we like to see using here at the Avanti Group and our clients can use to help send stuff. All of these allow us to not fax anything, which we haven't done, of course, in 10 years. Also allows us to minimize our scanning. So we can mark things up on a PDF, we can clip it and send it in an email, all from our desktop, laptop, whatever, even my phone half the time. And I can do that all without printing stuff out, going to the scanner, scanning it, putting it back on my computer, creating another file, and then emailing that file that I can't read because I scanned it at a lower resolution, et cetera, et cetera. So all these are helpful tools to be efficient, to be green, and to communicate faster with our clients, and clients communicate faster with us. I hope this helps. Work smarter, not harder.